Hi all, it's Nikki with Nikki's Crochet Nook. How y'all doing today? It is Wednesday, July 8th. On the 11th, I am leaving for a month from my hometown. I have family land in Colorado, and currently we have 13 head of horses on it, of which 8 need broke and ready to ride. So I will be doing that for the next month. And I was going to do 3 separate videos, but they would have all been like 2-3 minutes long, and it just seemed like not worth the time to make y'all see 3 different little 2-second videos. So I'm going to do a very quick one. You should at the beginning of this see a startup video of a cocoon and a sunflower blanket. On the blanket, I had a paid-for pattern, and it required 60 different petals to be made. So instead of doing the 60 separate, I figured out how to just add petals to the round. And so the petals are my design. The center is someone else's. And then there's also a cocoon there where it's the same thing. On the cocoon pattern that I had, the little ties had leaves like this big for a newborn baby. And so I changed them, and then the bonnet was the same way. You need to add all these petals around it individually. And my concern is a newborn baby, and they don't need to have any knots or anything pushing against their scalp. So instead, I did the same thing. I sewed on my own petals, made my own petals, and did it all in one set. So there's not 60 different knots, but you would have seen that when you come in August. I should have pictures of the baby in that outfit, in that cocoon, that I will share on my next video. Anyway, on to what I've been up to. We've had a crazy couple of months. Of course, we've been in quarantine. I'm in Texas, so now, and they decided to reopen everything, and I went back to work for like 2 weeks, and then they said, oh, no, we're going to shut it back down. So we've had a lot of cases, and one main reason I'm taking the trip is because I just need to get out of the city and away from everybody and be able to be out in the country, not have to wear a mask, enjoy my horses, enjoy time with my family, and just kind of take a break. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, on to what I've been up to. It's like 3 weeks late. It's already almost time for the July box to be here, which I won't be home for it to get here. So that reveal will have to wait till August box to come in. But this is for June. I had to skip May due to the COVID. I just couldn't afford it not working, so I skipped it, which is one thing I like about Lighterco. You can literally go on there and be like, skip a payment, skip a month. They're like, skip you, boop, done. Next month picks back up. You don't have to go in there and do anything. It's nice. So I really enjoyed that. But this box has been inspired by Little Red Riding Hood. That's our pattern book this month. These are the different yarn and hooks you could have gotten. And this also has patterns in it. That's why I didn't show anything but the yarn, because it's not fair to them to publish patterns and then have them published like that. I got a size C hook that is red and brown. Kind of looks like Little Red Riding Hood, don't it? This is a C. All of their hooks have a stamp on the bottom, but it's like a soldered stamp. They solder it in there and then they stamp it with color, so it's kind of cool. And it's a very, very, very tiny hook. I am eventually going to get a display case that I can put up behind me so I can show that, but the only ones I found was a toothbrush holder, and I'm not real keen on that. But if I can't find nothing else, then I'm going to have to decorate one and make it pretty, because it ain't going on the wall, just a toothbrush holder. With this month, we got this cute Little Red Riding Hood enamel pin, and I like her. I like enamel pins. They're so cute. And then we got this beautiful yarn. It's got black and like a tan khaki colored speckle in it. And it says it is Caplet Tweed Sock, 85% superwash merino, and 15% Dawn Gal Nep. And I don't know what material that is. I've never heard of it. But this is 100 grams, 438 yards. Now, with my lighter boxes, I am going to get 12 months worth, so 12 hanks, and then I want to make a kind of like a patchwork quilt looking style shawl that has every one of those skeins in it. They're almost all merino or superwash merino, so I think it will all work out well. But it'll be a shawl, so it won't be getting washed a whole lot. But I just think it would look really cool to have it all different colors, because we've got several different colorways: hot pink and purple and green and blue and reds, and so I think those will all come out really cool in one big shawl. And then once I get that done, which will honestly probably be December, because I need several more skeins for that, but that's my plan with that yarn. That's why I haven't done none of their projects, and we shall see how that works. And I know I said in January I was going on a shopping ban. I was not going to buy any more yarn unless it was needed for a certain project, but I did buy some yarn, and it is for intended projects, so we'll see how that goes. First one, I had went to Joann's because my current whip is using this yarn, and this is a 1 pounder. It's got 812 yards in it, and I've already almost used 2 in my current whip, and I had to go buy a third one, so we'll see how that works out. I'm going to try on my projects to start doing the stitches, how many stitches I did to make that project, and see if I can keep up with the yardage. My current whip is a lot of scrap yarns used in it, so I don't know what yardage is going to be used. I know it's at least 1,500 yards most likely for this sweater, but we'll see. We'll see how much I use of that one, because 3 of those would be 2,400. So I just want to say it's taking a lot of yarn to make this sweater. But anyway, on to my purchases. So they were having a clearance sale at Joann, and I went over to the aisle, and I usually don't go to the clearance at Joann's in my hometown because they don't organize it very well. They just kind of shove it in the shelf, and it's on one aisle with everything else that they have on clearance, and so it's kind of frustrating to go over there and look through it, and it gets wrangled and rompist, and it's just not worth dealing with, so I don't do it. And I'm not big on filming in stores, so I don't do that either. Especially right now, we have to wear masks, and I don't think you could hear me if I was in there with a mask on. So, anyway, I got two skeins of this. It is 99% acrylic, 1% metallic. It says it's a 4. The green is called Spring Sparkle, and the brown is Chocolate Sparkle. But I think I'm going to make a midnight cow like I did in the winter for all my family, for me to have at Christmas time, because I think that would look so cool. I mean, I could even wear it at Thanksgiving because it's Thanksgiving colors and it's Christmas colors, and it's even used in the fall. Like, I think it will work out great, and that's what I plan to do with that, unless I can find a red sparkly, and then I might add a red in there. But I think the brown and green just looks really good together, so I'm gonna do that. Then the next one I bought, they were having a sale on these, and I cannot, it's been a good 2 months, almost 3 months before I got this yarn, but they had a kind of a clearance sale at Hobie yarn, and so I got this Hobie Universe. It's 98% acrylic, 2% polyester. It's called Universe, and it's a 100-gram ball, 505 yards. It's a 3.5 millimeter hook, or E4, and it says it's a 1 super fine. But I'm gonna make a shawl out of that. I think it will match well with grays, with blues, with the purples, and black for a cover. So I'm gonna, I don't know if you'd call it a shawl or a wrap or whichever. I'm gonna try, but that's the plan for that one. So I got 3 skeins of that, and then I'm hoping to be able to complete 4 ponchos by Christmas. Won't get started till August, so good luck on that. Anyway, I also have 3 blankets I'm making for each one of my grandchildren for their beds so that they always have an Nini blanket with them. And then I'll be working on these ponchos. That's literally the projects I have planned for the next 6 months to try to get done, other than the ones that I currently have. So I got this one. I want to say these cakes are $25, $27. They were on sale for $16 or $17, so I ordered 6 of them. This has 1,093 yards. This is the Hobie cotton twisters. It's 55% cotton, 45% acrylic. But look at that cake. And almost all of my cakes have the exact same colorway. Like I don't have a variant. So they'll all look the same as I'm making them on the way the color changes, which I love. And this has 1,093 yards. It's called, it says O2, but I think on the side it's black gray ombre or gray ombre or something like that. It has a name on the side, but it doesn't on the ball. It just says O2. But I just fell in love with that. It says it's a 2, but I think that's more like a 1. Super fun. So, and us being in Texas, I mean, we get cold here. We really do in the Panhandle. We get down to the teens and the single digits, but not very often. So this won't be a very heavy poncho. It'll be more for like fall here and some of our winter, because we've been known to be 85 degrees on Christmas Day. So it'll work out for the climate I live in. Then, while I was at Joann's, I was looking around and I see this sparkle. And I went over and grabbed it. It is called Summer Nights by Lion Brand. It is a 1, super fine. It is for an E4 hook. I want to make, I call it a poncho, but it'll be you can wear it as a poncho or you can wear it like a wrap shawl. And the only thing is Carrie Penny, if you happen to see this, sweetie, would you message me and tell me of a good another number 1 or maybe a number 2 I can add to that to thicken it up just a little bit easier for me to put on the hook. If you see it, I greatly appreciate it. And this is called Stargazing. But it has 875 yards. It says it's enough to make, 1 ball will make a scarf. But I love them colors. You see that? Look at them colors. Look. Oh my God. Anyway. You know me. Same old dorky self. I don't change. Okay. Now, final thing. I designed this sweater for my aunt that lives in Colorado. She is the last of my mom's 3 sisters. One of the sisters, I made the horseshoe and cowboy hat one that you see, I think, in my introduction picture. And then the butterfly cocoon sweater I made. Well, this one is now the cow cocoon sweater. This is called the Daisy Cow because I don't know why when I see this picture, that's what I think of is Daisy for a name. So, this is Daisy Cow. She's coming along. Ignore all my loose weave-ins, but just flowers and hearts. And then there's a cute girl face. Look at the face. And she's going to have a hat on. And I'm telling you, it's a Daisy Cow. That's just how it works. Anyway, so that's what I've been up to. I'd like to ask my followers and friends to say a little prayer for my baby cousin. She is 22 years old. She has a little girl. And this past Sunday, she was diagnosed with leukemia. I also have a friend of mine whose granddaughter was diagnosed about 3 weeks ago, and a great nephew that was diagnosed about a month ago, all with leukemia, which I kind of think is just out of this world that I know 3 people battling leukemia right now. Like, that's just nuts for me. And in the past month, I've lost a great uncle and a great aunt, and so it's been a little difficult. Anyway, y'all have a blessed weekend. Blessed July. I'll be in Colorado. I may send some video because it's beautiful up there. And who don't need some pretty scenery? Anyway, y'all have a blessed day and keep hooking, darlings.